Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We will be exploring the topic of deviation in the pharmaceutical industry. Our focus will be on understanding how deviation handling works within a CGMP environment. The presentation is brought to you by Pharma Learning. Over the next few slides, we'll cover the key aspects of deviations, why they matter, and how to effectively manage them. Let's get started. So, what exactly is a deviation? Well, it's basically any departure from an approved instruction, a standard procedure, or the expected result. In other words, if something doesn't go as planned or as documented, that's a deviation. These can happen in various areas like manufacturing, testing, documentation, or even with equipment. The key point here is that whenever a deviation occurs, it must be recorded, thoroughly investigated, and addressed properly. This process helps us maintain quality and ensure that we stay compliant with regulations. Recognizing and managing deviations is crucial because they can impact the overall integrity of our processes and products. So, understanding what a deviation is and how to handle it is a fundamental part of maintaining high standards in our work. Now, let's talk about the different types of deviations we might encounter. First, we have minor deviations. These are the least concerning because they don't have a direct impact on the product quality or GMP compliance. Essentially, they might be small issues that don't compromise the overall process or the final product. Next, we have major deviations. These are more significant because they could potentially affect the quality of the product, the integrity of the process, or even regulatory requirements. They require careful attention and prompt corrective actions to prevent any negative outcomes. Finally, we come to critical deviations. These are the most serious. They pose a high risk to product quality or, more importantly, patient safety. Recognizing and addressing these deviations quickly is crucial to ensure we maintain the highest standards and protect those who rely on our products. Understanding these categories helps us prioritize our responses and uphold our commitment to quality and safety throughout the manufacturing process. Let's look at some common examples of deviations that can occur in our processes. First, equipment temperature out of the specified range during processing is a significant issue. It can affect the quality and safety of the product, so monitoring and controlling temperature is crucial. Next, missed sampling points or sampling at the wrong times can lead to gaps in data, making it harder to ensure consistent quality. Using expired raw materials or reagents is another deviation that can compromise the integrity of the final product. Lastly, incomplete or incorrect documentation can cause serious issues in traceability and compliance. Recognizing these deviations helps us prevent errors and maintain our standards throughout the process. Now, let's walk through the deviation handling process, which is a critical part of maintaining quality and compliance. First, we start with detection and documentation. This means identifying any deviations from our standards or procedures and thoroughly recording what happened. It's essential to capture all details accurately at this stage. Next is immediate action, if required. Sometimes, we need to act quickly to contain the deviation and prevent further impact. This step helps us control the situation promptly. Following that, we move into investigation and root cause analysis. Here, we dig deep to understand why the deviation occurred in the first place. Finding the root cause is vital to prevent recurrence. Once we know the cause, we perform an impact assessment. This helps us evaluate the extent of the issue and determine if any products are affected and what potential risks exist. Based on our findings, we implement corrective and preventive actions, or CAPA. This involves making changes to fix the immediate problem and prevent similar issues in the future. Finally, the process concludes with review and closure by QA. Quality assurance reviews all steps taken to ensure completeness and then formally closes the deviation case. This process is fundamental to continuous improvement and ensuring we uphold the highest quality standards throughout our operations. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key tools we use for root cause analysis. First up is the 5 whys technique. This is a simple yet powerful method where we ask, why? 5 times to dig deeper into the underlying causes of a problem. It helps us peel back the layers and identify the core issue. Next, we have the fishbone diagram, also known as the Ishikawa diagram. This tool is great for visually mapping out potential causes of a problem across various categories, like people, processes, or materials. It encourages a comprehensive look at all possible factors involved. Then, there's brainstorming sessions. These are incredibly valuable because they bring together diverse perspectives to generate ideas and potential causes. The beauty of brainstorming is that it's not limited. There's no restriction on the number of ideas or approaches. It fosters creativity and often leads us to insights we might not have considered individually. Overall, these tools are essential because they help us systematically uncover root causes, which is the first step toward effective problem-solving and continuous improvement. Let's take a closer look at documenting deviations, which is a crucial part of our quality management process. First, we have the deviation report or form, which is the formal record of any inconsistency or unexpected event. This helps us capture all the necessary details accurately. Then, we move on to the investigation summary, where we analyze what happened, why it happened, and gather evidence to understand the root cause. Next, we assess the impact on the product. This step is vital because it determines if there are any safety, efficacy, or compliance concerns that need to be addressed immediately. Based on this, we develop a CAPA plan, corrective and preventive actions, that outlines how we will correct the deviation and prevent it from recurring in the future. Finally, the QA review and sign-off ensure that all steps are thoroughly checked and approved before moving forward. This process keeps us aligned with regulatory standards and maintains our commitment to quality. Overall, these steps form a comprehensive approach to managing deviations effectively and ensuring continuous improvement within our organization. Let's take a closer look at the regulatory expectations that guide our quality systems. First, we have the FDA 21 CFR Part 211, which sets the standards for current good manufacturing practices in the United States. This regulation emphasizes the importance of maintaining detailed records of any deviations from established procedures, along with clear justifications for those deviations. Moving to the European Union, GMP Chapter 1 and Annex 11 outline similar expectations, focusing on ensuring product quality and patient safety through rigorous documentation and change control processes. The WHO TRS 986 also provides international guidance, underscoring the necessity of keeping precise deviation records and providing valid reasons for any departures from standard procedures. Overall, the key takeaway here is that maintaining comprehensive deviation records and their justifications is a critical aspect of compliance across all these regulatory frameworks. This not only helps us stay compliant, but also ensures transparency and accountability in our manufacturing processes, ultimately safeguarding product quality and patient safety. So, as we wrap up, I want to emphasize that deviation management is really at the heart of continuous improvement and maintaining compliance. It's not just about fixing issues when they happen, but about actively managing deviations to prevent future problems and improve our processes over time. Proper documentation plays a crucial role here. When we thoroughly document each deviation, we're creating a clear record that helps us understand what went wrong and how to address it effectively. This is essential for accountability and for learning from each incident. Timely CAPA, or corrective and preventive actions, are equally important. Acting quickly to implement CAPAs ensures that we correct issues promptly, which helps preserve the integrity of our products and ultimately protects patient safety. Connecting these points back to our overall goal, effective deviation management through diligent documentation and timely CAPA drives us toward higher quality, safer products, and a stronger, more compliant organization. Questions and discussion. Thank you all for your attention today. Now I'd like to open the floor for any questions you might have. Please feel free to ask about anything we've covered or any related topics you're curious about. Remember, your questions help deepen our understanding and can lead to valuable insights for everyone. So don't be shy. This is your chance to engage and clarify. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Again, thank you so much for your time and participation.